What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Prepare for an adrenaline fueled spectacle as two top tier Rainbow Six Siege squads look. It's the Outlast Arena. I'm still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, is my co host and partner, Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome everyone to the Outlast Arena League playoffs. We're in the semi-finals here with Baller versus F5 Esports fighting for that. We're going to know who is going to the finals tonight as both semi-final games are getting played tonight. So we've got two great teams. Baller though, a team that's a little bit unknown to the Siege Double Shot and to the viewers, so our first chance to get to cast them. They won. They made it into the spot with a forfeit against the Stim Bears. So I think they've got something to prove to show that they belong here in this spot, because that was going to be a tough one for them to win. Stim was on fire. So Baller, they belong to be here. And F5, obviously, we've casted them a few different times, and we know what kind of heat they can bring here to this best of three. We are going to Border, Chalet, and Club for this match tonight, my friend. You ready for it?
Oh, I'm ready. And no Oregon. Yet again, we have been on quite a streak. Yeah, it's the quest for it all here, right? The quest for supremacy, where only one team can conquer this virtual battleground. I can't freaking wait. And Border, to start us off, it's my absolute favorite map of all time. And we've seen why the last couple of times that we've watched it play out, right? You create those long angles and it's destruction from the distance, as that just about every single thing is breachable on Border. Let's get into the band's Whiskey. How do you think this is going down?
Ooh, good question. So, like we said, have not had a chance to cast Baller, but I would guess Dokkaebi or Ying to start with. I mean, they're the classics here. Great bands on the attacking side from any map. They're difficult to deal with, so let's take them off the board.
Yep, I agree with you. You were right on the Ying ban. Look to see maybe potentially on how Baller plays the Mossy ban coming into effect here. Potentially a Ram as well, right? Because of how much soft breach there is. But it's going to stick with the standard. No question marks on the board for the first two picks. Defense, we've seen traditionally for Border, getting rid of the Solus and Fenrir has kind of been the combo move between most of the teams.
Yeah, good call on Solus. There it is. And for that last one, okay. They're playing defense to start with, right? Are they okay managing that top blue or top blue, the top metal area? We're gonna see Flores gone, opening up some of those sight lines in there. We've also seen F5 ban hard breachers before.
That's true. No off picks here, though. It's standard across the board as the bans ring out. Ying, Dokkaebi, Solus, and Fenrir. About as basic as you can get for bans on Border, I think.
Yeah, for sure. We've definitely seen the operators that teams are banning in competitive Siege currently have really settled around these four, or a variation on these four, really, including Mira, Zami, Valkyrie in there, but really the Fenrir, Solus, Ying, Dokkaebi is occupying huge stats in terms of bans. I think this has really been the most consistent we've seen from the banning phase in the last probably 4 seasons.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. And standard, doesn't matter if you're playing ranked or competitive Siege, those are the bans that are coming out. Okay, let's talk about the defense. Because we banned Solus and Fenrir, leaves a couple of fun operators on the board. You mentioned one of them, Whiskey. Mira going to come out immediately for the 2F side, make it a little daunting for that east push, potentially. West Valk area. Oh, I love the West Valk. And then a Zami, which is probably one of my favorite players on the board because there's so much soft breach. Right? She is her ability to just redesign how the landscape is, coupled with the soft breach capabilities of every single site, makes her a formidable force in every cheeky angle you thought you knew. Well, guess again, pal.
So we're seeing, so they've got one of the Cade Claws down, holding up the one of the walls in office. That's an interesting one. I don't think that's a typical one we see, but definitely this attacking team setting up for the west side to start with.
Yeah, well, as East Balk push, the quick plant has become just so increasingly difficult and easily countered. You've had to start making your way to start pushing in through office. And what's the best way to hold that office area? It's behind that single wall. I like the cave claw on it to help defend and help support that Mira. Because with somebody sitting behind that wall, you can't get that Mira off the board. Your Selmas, your Cades, all of that are going to be able to be shot off quite easily.
Are we gonna see? Is Azami gonna try the run out? She was setting herself up for it. No, Knight is not gonna do it. I feel like Got's a piece of intel that that Ash was sitting there waiting on the floor, ready. She's eating up a lot of time holding this angle, and Azami does not appear to push it. Seeing this OTSU crew here, maybe a little bit of playing together collegiate here, still trying to suss out how exactly F5 going to handle it. They're going to make the jump in, though, here in security.
That's going to be the first contest that rings out. It's going to be Nate, Timid, and Tox taken off the board. Body bounce tipped in favor of F5 Esports here. Starting to come to a head. The C4 going to ring out, but not going to claim anything. It's a quick one. That was almost completely devastating. Knight defined onto Jazz, and that's going to give body bounce tip huge in favor, as now it's all on the shoulders of Masa Yellow, who might take a second and talk about how this first round went. It's a 1v4.
I thought we were going to see Trail do the jump out there. It looked like they had enough bodies to really, take a chance at it. Go for the throw, but here we've got Kaid covering it. And he's not going to get it, though. Knight going to finish off the last baller alive. Zami holding that angle at the top of the stairs. They couldn't clear Knight out. That proved to be a problem as that round went on, as we roll ourselves into round 2.
You know what? Sometimes the names of the teams are so good. Baller, that's one of them. That's a fun statement. The last baller alive. It sounds very epic.
Speaking of epic, I like the Twitch that they're bringing out, the Grim, dealing with a little bit of this util, plus the Ram, opening up all of the soft breach, right? Doors, floors, walls, all fair game when Ram is on the board, and she just tears them open.
Yeah, with impunity, right? She also can take those castle barricades down if the gadget is able to get moving. So really can open up a ton of stuff with very little util.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Which maybe they're thinking they might be bringing along the Amira, but once they see Amira's off the board, potentially expect to see a 6 pick. Maybe onto some sort of intel. Maybe a little bit of that flank watch. Oh no, there we go. Gridlock coming out as Jazz.
Yeah, you called it. Needing that flank watch.
Yep. Especially on border, right? This is flank city. We see it every single time that we play border. That's why Solus is banned so often, because she was so good at that flank. A little bit of the cheese pick here. Knight going onto the pulse. Honestly, it's gonna be fun. You know that verticality reigns supreme here on border. So the pulse play could be in that detention area. Waiting for them to push in a softball breach. Who knows? I'm excited to see what the play is gonna be here. Where is Pulse sitting?
Pulse hanging out downstairs there, playing the customs. We see this point, yeah, getting a little bit of intel there on the opening. Definitely going to be looking for one of these C4s coming out, but there, the pre-placed is out on that breach, right?
Yep, and plenty of, ooh, first kill off the board, Trail gonna find Tox. No response on the refrag, so now we sit with body bounce tipped in favor of F5 Esports. Sitting 5-4 now. Oh, there's that pre-placed. Yowza! Stealth grabbing himself a free one and still got a C4 on the board. 2 to be exact. 3, my mistake. To really be devastating from down below. Oh no, find another one.
Oh.
Gonna find it, just able to WASD his way out of there.
Yeah, I feel like needed to pop up the scanner, try and get a piece of intel on it again to really make use of it, but no, not a bad way to go. It was close. They've still got one left. Yep, Timid still holding on to his.
A little late round shenanigans potentially. So we did see Nate getting taken off the board, so now we sit heavily in favor of F5. Oh,
dips outside.
Oh, just better. Wow, just better. Timid with the double Matrix move. Able to avoid both of those flashes and get the kill afterwards. Jazz to find the refrag there onto Timid, now taking us into a 4v2 situation. All rested on the shoulders of Jazz and YOLO.
Jazz just better, taking that same operator off the board. Timid done, but they got to find a way to do it. This 2v4, they've still got 47 seconds left. Plenty of time here to just continue to suss out these gadgets. That intel from Valkyrie, I think, big piece of this puzzle they got to deal with, because they're not going to be able to approach the site safely without clearing some of that off.
Yep, and that was that other mute gone, but Cade still seems to have his, so he had maybe a pre-place. He picked that thing back up. He's ready to go. Still can get us some late round explosive shenanigans. Almost finds him one there. Oh my lord.
Oh, Stealth grabs the last. I thought we were seeing a double come out there, but no, the Cade shot, he only gets one. Stealth gonna find the other through that hole into Workshop.
Yep. Good round by the defense as they take two.
All right, so we thinking still border defensive or attacker sided in the current meta, mind you.
Well, on this map currently, it's sitting defensive sided, but as a whole, it is definitely attacker friendly for sure.
So we got to see Baller take advantage of that. I think they really want to be putting themselves into that at least 3 kind of win column. So it means I got to see this turnaround happen right now, at least start this turnaround. Try to stop a little bit of momentum that F5 is trying to build up. Want to be generally attacker-sided. You're going to let the F5 team get more than 3, go on to their attacking half. Going to put them in a tough position. So to start with, this was, I believe, Baller's map pick. So, we're assuming that this is one that they were really interested in seeing, really interested in playing. And I'm guessing they didn't pick it because they don't like it. So, another reason to see them really try and take some advantage here to start with. Of course, they didn't get to pick side, so they may feel more comfortable on defense themselves.
There's no question, right? That's how you define that you have a good map, is if you have a good defensive strategy for it, whether it's attack or defensive sided. So I assume that we see Baller probably put together a good program on the defensive side of it. But let's talk about what Five has brought to the defense. It's going to be a little bit of intel heavy, both Valkyrie and the Maestro on the board. Big fan of that. That's 6 extra cams that can be utilized to help support the 2 C4s and 2 impacts that are still on the board. And recently reworked AO, right? Maestro, 3rd cam, big W.
Yeah, the 3rd cam coming in huge. Definitely seen his pick rate increase dramatically most of on the comp teams, because bringing that extra intel that can shoot back is really adds something special to the defense, and worth it now to be bringing him along, plus an LMG to go along with it.
Yeah, can't beat the LMG, and there's basically 0 recoil on that thing, so it's just an absolute shredder. Still 5-all, very standard defense here, or attack side, as we've got, Nate to find Demon off the board, and that's the castle. Goodbye, good sayonara, see you later. Body bounce going to tip in favor of Baller here now. They step 5-4, just under 2.
Getting there, droned out, playing mute, but doesn't have a mute jammer around. Oh, getting shot from everywhere right now.
Matsiello to find the kill on the Knight, and does get traded onto Nate, so now we sit in a 4v3 situation, kind of all resting on the shoulders of Timid, Trail, and Stealth. Now here's the deal, there's not plenty of intel to still play off. 2 players from 3 players now relegated to the camp. It's the push in as YOLO's getting active there. Buck around trying to help pinch this player, this Timid that is sitting in office. He's got 2 on him. He's going to have to be real quick with the first shot. Trail, the fall now is all on the shoulders of Timid to keep this round alive for F5 Esports. And there's the plan starting to go down.
Well, and she's off-site and locked out by the castle. Doesn't have a way into sight. She's going to have to drop here. Oh, unfortunate ping, I think, coming out there from the teammate. And, yeah, she is in a tough spot, not being able to find a way down here or a shot onto this attacking team. But just a second too late, no!
Attackers need
the
to protect
siege
it.
timing there. And now as the cross plants are set up, you got to have 7 seconds still on the board to get the... Oh, man, jeez. Excellent attempt by Timid, but it is going to be a Baller taking that next round and finding their first and getting us a little bit closer in the scoreline for this first round rotate. Now it's a bit of a game.
Well, that's what we said we needed to see was Baller step up, take it. They were listening. Just kidding. This is a great competitive team. They've made it to the semifinals in the Outlast Arena League, so they know what they're doing. They showed it there. Good setup and catching Valkyrie so far off site. Good IGLing to say now's the time to plant, get it down. And Timid had a shot there, dropped a different hatch than where the attackers were looking. Got a bit of a jump on them, so to speak, but wasn't able to convert it into a kill. A couple misses there before eventually losing his life, and that round goes to Baller. So now, heading into round 4, it's 2-1.
Yeah. Ayo, that's a big dub
Bomb
city.
located by attackers.
Okay. So, the round rotate over and done, just like you're talking about. We're going to head back up top, and it's going to be a second verse, same as the first. The projectile deny with Wilmot, who we ended up getting a black ice for today, I believe.
That's
on the
right.
Yeah.
MP5K. Yep, on the siege double shot. Ended up whiskey run. I mean, I was pretty happy about that.
Oh.
Yeah, setting up for the
Here's
run out.
Here's where we might see a bit of the run out, and I love the Azami call here, right? We talk about trench warfare, building it up. Well, security, especially in a 2F situation, is a critical push point. So this is an area of the map that you have to take control of, unless you're opting for that east side take, which, I mean, arguably could be a little bit tougher, right? It's the one that people are set up for most of the time.
Attackers drop Monty. Attackers have
Oh no, did he have a skin on?
Potentially.
It did not. We were not. Cam wasn't on Monty long enough to see, but that would be my guess. Them looking at each other like that was unfortunate, but certainly looks like that's what happened.
So the TK, to be unfortunate, taking the Monty off the board, the shield, that's a tough one. But it does get traded out. It's 9. Take the double run.
What?
So brazen. Huge. Man, and just like that, we find ourselves in a 2. I'm not even sure what just happened.
Now, there was a bit of a run out there we saw, and some great work there from Kaid, but also the cover from Mira. The trade happened with Mira on the window as the attackers were fighting the run out, and Mira helping to cover, but she was traded out at the same time. So unfortunate to lose her life there, but for sure to start down 1 with Nate going down. Hopefully, well, deciding he's not going to be the one to play Monty anymore would be my guess.
I would agree with you there. Minute 15 still on the board. 3v2 as there was a bit of a slowdown as the attack team kind of got to regroup and pull out that secondary strat on how they're going to attack it. They need to isolate 1. The problem is they're mostly bunkered back down to the outside of the shallow roam of Wamai. So definitely going to have to try to isolate 2. To get to equalize that number, then get yourself ready and set up for the plant. Still do have Osa, 2 talent shields on the board, so you still can use them to push into sight, hold that cover, get that cross down. Unfortunate, but you still have to deal with Amira.
Yeah, Ash not available, not going to be able to use her ability to try and clear those windows out from a distance. I thought they were going to try and do that. I don't know if they got it done on East Belt there.
I don't think so. Timon in a great spot to deny this entrance into Fountain, and it is going to be stealth. It gets spotted out onto the drone, so the redirect here is just looking to potentially take one of them off the board, so they're split up. It's 13 seconds, and there's the equalizer kill. Now Jazz going to get into sight, take the shot down long, and now it's all on the shoulders of Timon, who was off sight, trying to shoot from the long distance, and they're going to get this plant down. And
no,
like
they're...
that. Oh my lord, what a freaking round. What a round.
Wow. At the last second, killing the planter. If that was just I didn't see how much time was left on the clock, but it was very close to potentially missing that, taking down the planner with not enough time to return fire. But the other attacker was sitting there and waiting. Oh boy. And our analyst coming in and resident host and analyst Naj coming in saying, boy, the team that normally gets that opening pick helps define the round. In this case, I don't know how you call it, right? It was a TK, so does that count as a defender pick?
No, it's see how that works is who puts exclamation point claim in the game chat.
Ah, well, yeah. I mean, F5 acknowledged it was a nice shot there with an NS in chat, so that would be my guess. Is they gave it to Baller to start with, so mentally that was a baller pick.
Yep, exactly. That's how it works, folks. We can't make this stuff up. It's just science. Okay, let's go back and talk about the defense, my friend. We're tied up 2-2 as Baller get themselves a little bit of activity now, starting to come alive as that scoreline gets equalized. It'll be a third verse, same as the first here for the defense, as they're bringing the exact same lineup for this 2F. Hold. Extended into security. I like it.
I've seen this attacking team take very similar operator picks and very similar push every time, right? We've seen them come valley, down low to start with, and then rappel up, right? They're not wanting to go on the east side of valley at all to make sure they're not getting spawn picked from the balcony, right? Wanting to just stay off of it and stay to the west. So it's interesting that they've picked that same swing up. And I'm wondering whether or not F5 is going to be able to find a way to exploit this in some way, because it feels like they're being predictable to the point that they could take advantage of it.
Yeah, potentially. What I think that they have, right? 2 rounds in a row with the attacker side of it. Oh, no. Is that another skin? Oh, that's
No
tough.
way.
That's body bounce tipped in favor of F5 as they get a kill for free.
Was that
Let's
Tox?
see
Was that
the
Tox
pattern
playing
holds.
Monty as well?
No, I think that was Nate. In fact, I'm sure of it, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I always love the Naj commentary, right? He's probably one of the best analytic minds for Siege in our current area. Like outside of being in T1, like he's got his finger on the pulse. So I'm always happy to listen to what he's got to say. So first kill does go in favor of F5, even though that they didn't get it. So it's a hurry up and wait situation here, as we're now already reduced to 1:10 left in the game, and we haven't even gotten ourselves inside Night to find Nate, and that puts a real strain here on the attacking team.
Oh,
It's twice in a row the TK might.
I was wondering whether or not that was a miss drone, but there, the C4 going to come out, take the Osa shield off the board. You still got Stealth and Demon there playing on this spot. They've got this this electrified wall set up to make sure that the attackers can't get a line in to holding this office angle. It's a good setup they've got.
Yep, and as we talked about it, right, holding onto that single wall has allowed them to defend that Mira, keeping it alive and keeping that push negated into office areas. Just can't push a Mira like that. So it's a 5v2 now as they're looking to make themselves a flawless round. Not going to happen though, as Stealth gets his body riddled full of bullets. Osa down to 5 HP in a dream, and she is going to have a nightmare instead as Demon comes out to claim that kill.
The sniper shotty coming out, the one tap to finish it. So, okay, balancing back now. We saw Baller take 2 in a row. Now we're seeing F5 take theirs. So the last opportunity for Baller to take 3. We said that 3 rounds ago that the attacker-sided map, wanting to see them be able to come up with at least 3 here. But the last 2 rounds, they've had a TK with what appeared to be an illegal skin. So good on them for recognizing and taking the appropriate action. Gonna head down to Bathroom Tellers and hope that we're gonna get a full attacking team here to see how Baller's gonna play when they're at their full strength.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Yeah, one more round before the first half, and the first map is in the books. Let's talk about this defense as we get going. It's a little bit of slowdown city on the back of some intel. So both Castle and Valve are going to be utilized here. Not going to use that extension strat into the bottom, what do we call that? Square? Bottom square area?
Yeah.
I'd love when they open up that single wall and castle off the double just right outside of it to really extend and guard that east tier position. Not going to be the case here. But it is going to be a ton of intel, Whiskey, right? Pulse on the board, Valkyrie and her 3 cameras. It's all going to be intel fed for those C4s. 4 of them, might I add.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
That's wild. All right, we talked about them spawning and running Valley every round, and then they go ahead and pull it off here. They switch it up. So yeah, we're seeing this baller team say, all right, we are not going to be predictable. This is going to be it. And right now, getting themselves in a position, see what they can do downtown here for a first floor take.
Alright, so first minute starting to tick by, and Drone's doing what drones do. Trying to suss out where the heck this Pulse is, right? As he has been an absolute menace with the intel. This is going to be the first step here on the win conditions for Baller. We got to find and isolate Knight and get him off the board, or he's going to prove to be a potential difference maker here.
Well, and we're seeing the defense team here is basically all bunkered back down into first floor. They're playing for the C4 from below as one of their main attacking points here, but no, gonna lose one. And that was Trail coming up the stairs, Demon grabbing one. But yeah, we all bunkered themselves back down. So now Tox and YOLO trying to find where they can get an entry point in here. Put some pressure on this defense downstairs.
Yeah, and these Valkyries and Pulse scans just being absolutely huge. C4 to claim another life, taking us now into a 5v2. As F5 are really trying to find themselves another flawless round. YOLO to take Knight off the board, though, so they're not going to be able to do it. YOLO does go down, is retrievable, but you got to be careful with the C4 that is potentially stone 4. I know it says 0, but there could be some plays. They're going to get onto the stone with this one.
Yes, nice work there. Good game sense, good awareness by this attacking team to get themselves off the breachable floor and not put themselves in danger. It's unfortunate that we saw Tox get a little bit of a view there on one of the attackers, but they are going to hot drop in. Go for it. They got one. All right, Plant is going down.
10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds left.
Too many defensive assets still downstairs, though. Yeah, they got the Plant down, but clearly knew exactly where this team was at.
Absolutely. Huge round for the defense as they put it on the standard split there. A little bit of that standard 4-2 action. We do call it an attacker-sided map. So F5 really kind of in a in their favor if it still rings true.
Well, I know if you're new to the Siege Double Shot, we appreciate you being here. There's a lot of Siege you could be watching. We're glad you're joining us here for it. But one of the things that we've seen with this F5 team is like to bring out some interesting ops. And for at least starters, we're seeing Timid bring out the Blitz here. Could be 6 picked off, so we could talk about this defense first, but keep your eyeball on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. A highlight player for sure as he brings some of the off-op picks to the table. And it's worked consistently, constantly. So I'm excited to see if it stays around. Illegal skins, Craft. What that means is that in a competition siege, there are specific skins that you cannot use. Exclusively, actually. Whiskey, which skins are available to use as operators in the comps?
All of the operator default skins, the Pro League skins that are from R6 directly, the gold, black, and white skins, and then also the all of the R6 Pro Team skins are generally available in most of the competitive leagues. So if you're running the Dark Zero skin, the G2 skin, supporting your favorite team, those are allowed in competitive play. So the defaults and the pros, pretty much everything else either offers a little bit of a competitive advantage or a distraction depending on how you're looking at it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can focus specifically on the skin Ember Rise. right, which was notoriously bad at blending in to the surrounding areas, especially maps like Border. So yeah, can't have skins that can give you any sort of edge over it, which is why the double TK we imagine has ring out on the side of Baller. 4-2 on the split. First minute starting to ring down here, and he did stick that blitz big.
There was a shot there. Had a little bit of a view. No, we're not going to see it. Timid getting himself set up and ready. I think they've got themselves. Going to open up this window, potentially push in. Going to push security. They're going to drone it one more time to be sure. That mute jammer blocking them from doing it. And Mello on the run out. Going to grab a double. He's eventually taken down, but that's a trade that's well worth it because that's Blitz and Knight off the board. Wow, well, he's a baller. What can we say?
That's the truth. Hey, 4v3 now, as defense is taking the advantage here. It does get evened up as Jazz gets ripped off the board as the L85 claims his dome piece. And it's going to be Wamai taking the scenic route, going to try to get active from the back end. He's coming up from underneath.
The
Jeez, that
attacking
was a quick
team,
exchange.
they're taking a little bit of time now, right? Slow it down, gain some of this control, right? They were ready to push with Blitz. I don't think that's the last time we're going to see him. He's definitely going to be out and playing again, would be my guess.
I would guess you're probably right. Ooh, Nate to find Trail off the board, but it does get traded out. Stock's going to be the next to fall, but this intel proven to be huge. Maestro's 3 cams being really helpful here in the late. Know exactly where DM is. See? They're holding on to the diffuser, though, so it's going to be a tough take here for the attacking team. 2-2.
Oh, taking a long shot there. We're seeing it through multiple walls to find it. That's the reason that border is so devastating. All up to stealth. He's going to get one, maybe going to get two here. He's got a 1v1 versus YOLO, and that trap gives away his position, of course. Now down to the shoddy. We've seen stealth be devastating with it. Is he going to swing?
5 seconds left.
The flash!
No way, stealth! No way! 5 seconds left, gets a flash in, hops the half wall, and then just pre-fire to the end of the round. What a huge play by the attacking team. Heads up play by Stealth as he takes him now 5-2. That was a baller round, but F5 came back and won that for sure.
Great flash placement there, bouncing it off that very thin column right in the face of the last defender standing. Unfortunate, but what I do like seeing, the Rook back on the board here on this defense, and if anyone took a look at those patch notes, the win delta for Rook, he continues to have the highest win delta percentage of any defender in the game, although his pick rate continues to be very low.
Yeah, but not here. Let's go. Big W bringing out the Rook. And on the opposite side of it, you've heard us talk about it, Castle. The complete opposite of Rook, even though you see him utilized in comp play everywhere, right? He's becoming essential to some of these holds. Boy, you got a 2%. Is it 2%? What's the chance of losing the round when you've got Castle in hand?
That's, you know what, that's what his stat used to be. I didn't see it in the latest, so we're gonna have to investigate it further as we get into. We're gonna be definitely on Skyline Gaming later this week. Gonna have some of those updated stats. The other most interesting thing I saw in that setup, you know who had the highest defensive win rate, and we're gonna say that it's really Rook, but there was one other defensive operator who had an even higher win delta percentage, but it was at 7%. 7% was Tachanka. And if you played any Siege recently in ranked, we know that that is one of the common cheater picks. So his win delta percentage, we think, likely influenced by the fact that the cheaters won an awful lot of games picking him.
Defense bringing out double on the intel. Look at this. Timid getting in, but it's the Warden. Yow! What a shot as he takes him down. The hack pistol popping, body dropping. Timid on the blitz pick, just being insane. And what a huge pick to get off the board. Masa Yellow on that Warden. Going to be gone. That's a C4, not going to be utilized. And of course, There's special glasses. C4 in hand, though, from the Mozzie. He says, come at me if you will, Mr. Blitz. He's got something ready for it. Body bounce tipped in favor of F5. What a huge pick. That was fun.
I mean, the literal one-story body drop there as he goes for the hatch drop, but unfortunately falls in the middle of the drop. Oh, was there a defender downstairs that was looking out for this blitz? I was wondering if we were going to see a bit of a flank here. Yeah, it was Mozzie playing down. Is he going to get one? No, he whiffs on both. That's unfortunate. Jazz had the swing. He's going to lose his life. Going to look back on that and be disappointed. There's some things to learn there. That's unfortunate. All down to Rook and YOLO.
Oh, not able to shoot the C4 out of the air. Is YOLO going to find one on the explosion? But that's going to be taken care of quite nicely as Knight cleans it up. Putting us on, I believe, a match point scenario.
As we head ourselves into round 9, you're right, my friend. Time for our first match point of the night. If you're just joining us, this is the Outlast Arena playoffs. We're in the semifinals, and this is a best of 3. So we're seeing the first map here, Border. We're going to Chalet and then a Club to finish it out here, if required. So F5 trying to take their first here, put themselves up 1 map win, take a little bit of pressure off as we head into Chalet.
Yeah, ooh, man, big round here, especially if this is your map pick, right? Expected to have a little bit more of an impact on the defense round, and I think they can do it. Would have loved to see a timeout taken here to try to stop this F5 momentum. That would be the case. Let's talk about this defense, though. We are going to see the castle and the pulse being brought out here. Love this freaking call. Where does the castle put his put his barricades at? Jeez, boy, I couldn't even get there.
One on the window. Yep. But looks like it's tending upstairs.
Yeah, probably. Right, verticality going to be absolutely huge. They're going to block off
10
the
seconds remaining.
port, customs. Is that? Oh man, it's all first
5
floor
seconds to insertion.
here. Interesting. So here's what you're seeing, folks, is he's not necessarily trying to defend against that vertical. He's setting up a way to dictate the pace of these attackers and force them into positions where they've got their kill boxes set up already. I like the play here.
He's going to get himself accidentally killed there with Stealth coming so close. Stealth and Timid were setting themselves up for a push-in, but they're going to make the rappel up, try and gain a little bit of ground.
Quite the duo here as Stealth picks out the gridlock. Blitz taking a ton of damage, but able to get his way into some safety. Is Trail going to find the kill onto Nate instead, and that's body bounce back in favor. Oh no.
Oh, you're going to have to remind him to keep the chat clean here on the stream. But coming up on Valkyrie, she runs and dips, going to take a shot. The drop, she dodges it though. Let's go.
The Matrix before. Let's go. What a WC4. Knew that the blitz was up top, rotated down, sent it, and caught one. That's a huge pick, getting Timid off the board. And a little bit of return there. A little bit of trash talk fine. Expected. It's an FPS game.
Well, to be honest, it was a little justified based on that previous comment. So now it is a 3v4. This match point. F5 trying to close out this map, trying to finish out Border right now. Not going to give Baller a chance to make a comeback. We are on defense, so, you know, they think they're going to win it. And it goes to 3-3 Demon, evening it up.
Yep, 3-3 with 1:18 left. Still have Castle on the shallow roam inside of Customs. In fact, nobody really sitting inside, I would think, as they're all kind of still waiting for that drop. A little bit of a retake scenario here being implemented. There's the kills. Demon finds himself a double. Taking YOLO off the board. Now body bounce tipped in favor of F5 Esports. It's going to be Castle on the rotate plan starting to go down. He takes it to 50 to 75. He's going to stick this whiskey.
Both of them are off-site. That's unfortunate. They're going to have to fight their way back in. Jazz, the last one left alive. And we've got to see him win it. Otherwise, we are going to Chalet.
Ooh, does find stealth off the board. Got to have 7 seconds on the clock still to be able to get the defuse down. Got to win this first engagement, however.
He's going to have to push it. He's got 21 seconds left. Go, my friend, go.
It's time. 10 seconds still to get this plant going, and he is kind of starting to get a little bit in a precarious spot. It's the prone. He's looking for him. Oh, and he's going to be taken off the board trail to clean it up, and that's going to be map number 1 in favor of F5 Esports. Yowza.
Round 1, 7-2 on border to F5 Esports, and great job by Baller there, but not quite enough, right? 7-2, they are going to have to find a way to get themselves in a better position here going forward. Otherwise, we're going to have 1 map left. So let us take a minute, set this one up. We're getting ready for Chalet, my friend.
Yep, indeed. All right, folks, sit back, relax, because when we come back, it's going to be map number 2. Ayo.
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Boy, if you're just joining us, you missed a crazy map on Border where F5 Esports takes map number 1 in a dramatic 7-2 finish. So, I am still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, still my partner and co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. What'd you think, Mr. Whiskey?
Oh, welcome back, everyone. This Outlast Arena Playoffs semi-final game. We're going into it. We're hitting Chalet next, my favorite map. That first one was a banger for sure. And now, that was Baller's map pick. So we're going into F5's map pick, and they're already up 1. They're wanting to close this thing out in 2. You know how we feel. We want to go with a 3 because we love watching the game of Siege. So it's about game time, my friend.
Yeah, let's get into it. And it's Chalet, so grab your hot chocolate as we're going to sit by the fire in the French Alps. So we go to town on one of our favorite maps of all freaking time.
That's right. Heading to Chalet. Love this map. And, we checked in with production there. You saw the tag on some of the players. OTSU is Ontario Tech University, so got a couple of the collegiate players here on the Baller team, and looking to see what they can do as we head into Chalet, the second map. And, okay, not surprising to see Ying off the board. We saw Ying and Dokkaebi and Solus and Fenrir previously on Border. They've definitely been that solid 4, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some similar ones here.
Yeah, absolutely, especially because what some we talk about on Chalet all the time, it's the flank, my friend. It's that from downstairs, creep up the back solarium, and it happens regularly. Dokkaebi, definitely one to suss that kind of behavior out, especially lurking around in the basement. It's going to be Solus next, and I believe if we probably see it, probably Fenrir, although we could see the off-pick and maybe see the Mira go here. Also, Valkyrie, somebody we've seen banned quite religiously here on Chalet.
Yeah, that's a good point. You've got a lot of room, a lot of spread out, 3 full floors, plus a lot of open area. Valkyrie definitely a good pick for that intel meta that we've got Siege in. But, gonna see the exact same lineup come out.
Yeah. Yep, the exact same. Why? Because all those operators are freaking P. What does that mean, though? We still have the new op on the board. And if we see any of that basement play, I don't know if we will, but if we see some of that basement play, could be a fun place to see him utilize. And you got a bit of a rework coming up his way. I'm excited for that. Have you seen the notes on that one?
I have seen the notes on the rework. Crazy. Dropped today. So if you're wondering what's coming here in this latest patch, before we were hitting SI, this was a big one, right? Everyone worried about what was going to happen as SI rolled in. Now, we're going to know. We're seeing Zoto canisters drop from 4 to 3. And the effect on electricity is definitely reduced. So definitely going to have to be much more precise as a Tubarão player on when you hit it if you're going to try and use a trick. Because of the way that the electricity is working, the freeze is going to affect electricity a little bit longer, so it's got a chance for those breaching gadgets to go off. So you're going to have to be very precise with how they're working or double and triple up on them. So a good change for sure, and hopefully we're crossing our fingers that obviously the FPS bug fixed as well.
Yep, absolutely. And so let's get into it. Let's talk about it. You talked about his wind delta, Tashanka, on the board to really tank and bunker down. Already seeing some gauging on that library double. Jaeger to stop the projectiles coming in. Thorn for that sound and lethal gadget. Okay, to stop them from coming in. And the Sonic love it. Here's a fun pick. Demon putting themselves onto the Sens. However, it's the Sens and the Grim. So a little bit of sight deny and a little bit of intel. And I think both of those ops completely underutilized. I love them being brought out here.
Yeah, for sure. And look at these the zombie barricades set up upstairs here, holding down some of the angles on the bedroom and on that big window, trying to find a spot to keep the attackers getting a good angle in.
Yeah, Stealth just using that skeleton key to open up a ton of flooring, but he's going to pay the price for that hubris. Is the verticality going to claim his life? That's a tough pick, and I believe that was a zombie from above saying, ain't happening. Autobounce tipped in favor of Baller here, which is good for them if we want to see a map number 3, a good strong start, especially with stealth being the one.
That's right, fighting, getting another Kiba barrier up there, but seeing a lot of this team push in top of Solarium, but getting cleaned out here. 5v2.
Ooh, yeah, so now kind of all resting on the shoulders of Demon and Trail. Gonna find one, however, gonna find two. Now takes us into a 3v2, and that's a lot more manageable for this attack team. Gotta find one to equalize that number balance, and then, boy, you can start getting yourself set up for a plant. Unfortunate. I'm about to say, Fuser is cold. That's it. Pick that one back up. Oh, Fuser's cold again. Ayo, Ballers coming alive here as they take their first W. We've got no bias here on the team, or between the teams, right? We just want to see the best of the best played, and that means we've got to get the decider to get there. That's all.
That's right, and so they're taking their first, like we said, more, and Naj called it out too, more of a methodical map, right? See how they handle a typical comp map here on Chalet.
That's not what he said, but that's the nice way. The nice way of saying it. Oh, that's so funny. All right. Little bit of momentum maybe shifting into Baller's hands here as they take round number 1. Chalet definitely defensive sided, right? So not wholly unexpected to see them go up on the first one. See how F5 is going to react and adapt. Ella going to be coming out for the defense here as it's changed. I like the Ella call.
Definitely a difference here. That's not the typical pick for sure. Not seeing her come out on the defense very often here in competitive play, but she brings a lot to the board. I mean, the Grismont mines, and I don't know, was she running the Shoddy? She's got her pistol out right now. I didn't catch if she was running the Scorpion or that devastating Shoddy.
That would be insane. Nope, it's going to be the Scorpion. Thank God, because the shotgun is crazy. 3 deployable shields here is the highlight, so really going to be, I think that's a statement, right? That's a slow down and make you push everything. There's so much util that has to be expended to get 3 different deployables off the board, especially if they're in good positions here. Okay, so on the attacker side of it, Osa going to be bringing out those Talon shields as we do have that kitchen dining setup. Kind of standard as far as what you need, right? You'll see Osa get established up on that top mess area and open up. And then Thermite can open up so they get control of top mez into master bedroom. And then they go down in the kitchen and set themselves up for an easy plan. 2 minutes still left here in the game. As they start, and there it is exactly, they start to open up that top area, let Osa get established some vertical control, and then drop it down below to that main lobby. Here's the problem though, that vertical control is tested heavily by both Tachampa and Cade, who sit ready to take the battle here from the distance. One on the half wall, and it doesn't look like that she knows that he's there. Or that Ash knows that he's there because there's no. Oh, you see his gun. You see his gun.
She's got to know.
Not registered. This could be huge if Cade can capitalize on somebody on their drone. A C4, a well-timed turn. Oh, now he knows.
Gonna run out, but no, Ash just a hair too late. Not gonna be able to find him. I thought maybe she was gonna swing, but just a hair too low. Now are they gonna get this plant down?
Activating shock drone.
Good question.
Still doing some drone work down there, and a zombie still playing downstairs, holding down a big piece of control. Gotta clear her out here if they're gonna have a shot at it.
Launching smoke.
Oh, 1 second. There we go. Okay. Where is Okay, and you called it. It's a 4v3. Plant started to go down. Thermite to take it to 75. He's going to go ahead and stick this thing down. His velocity says attackers become defenders. Defenders become attackers. Stealth with the quad kill. Wanted to put an ace on it. And he's going to get it, folks. Break out more than the barbecue sauce for that 5-piece, baby. Stealth going ham. Freaking Sammy doing it on the thick lock. Let's freaking go.
Wow, the ace coming out there, that incredible to see that come out. And I thought maybe we're going to see the Tachanka push down, try and put up a little bit of a fight, but not going to happen.
Sheesh. Sorry about that technical difficulty we were having with the stream. Got a 3-minute delay, so hopefully it started to fix itself and get a little bit better for you. We just want to say a big shout out and thank you for hanging out with us as Whiskey runs all the time. There's a lot and we appreciate it. A lot of big things coming up from this department, so look for it coming up.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
First instance of the Tubero. Let's go.
Yeah, bringing him out. So the FPS bug potentially still a factor here. But hopefully not, or they're willing to deal with it at this point. They're going to bring him out and pair him with the bandit, right? That seems to be the important way to see him played out, or at least the way that it seems Ubisoft had intended, playing with the electronic hard breach denial. So you're going to see them focus on keeping this wall closed up.
Yep, absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of a technical difficulty here. Okay, here we go, folks. So now we find ourselves in the basement area. First instance of being able to see that Tubero and bandit interaction. Ooh, he's gonna get taken down though. Was that through the drone hole?
Looked
Demon
like it.
finding the kill onto YOLO. What a kill. What a kill. Nope, they are gonna be able to get this ball. Gets taken off the board. Stealth would go next as the Ram starts to open up some of that first floor site.
Look out, it's live.
This would be, who is this? A zombie. Up and waiting, right? Up on the lurk, knows that there's going to be some vertical presence, ready to take that next engagement. Timid could be coming up huge here. If he's not spotted out pushing into this lobby, it's Fuse, baby. You know what Fuse does. He's already placed one right on the top. He's going to start to get active. C4 rings out, but not going to be collected here. 4v3 inside of the last. Ooh, and he takes Cade off the board. Now into a 3v3 as this gets a little bit more equal, a little bit more potentially winnable for this attack team. Shots through the floor, not going to ring out. However, Whiskey is now we find ourselves in a 3v2 as Masa Yellow trying to respond to the ace from the previous round. Gets himself a triple. Plant's going down. Hello. Now he knows.
Now he certainly does.
Gonna find him from the blue area as it's all happening on the shoulders of Trail. And out on here, and it's gonna be the AR, the long range AR to claim his life, and that's gonna be an easy round here for the defense.
Defender mission successful.
Yowza, hey Whiskey.
Yeah, crazy to see it, my friend.
Okay.
Well, there's a large storm going on, ice storm happening in Michigan that is apparently affecting the internet in the area. So definitely understanding that bit of an issue going on there from a drop frames perspective. But we're gonna hope that that the internet issue is getting itself cleared up. Making a few changes, so hoping this works.
Ayo, let's go. That's 2 in favor of the defense here. Is F5 Esports able to secure 1 on that first round rotate?
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
We're going to run it back. See where they're bringing it to the table this time. On the defensive side of it, a little bit of an off pick here as Talk's going to bring out the Thunderbird. I like the call too, right? Because we've been seeing bits and pieces, chunks, literal chunks being taken off of the operators as these jiggle peak battles have ensued. Thunderbird going to help get that back up to some full strength capabilities with 3 of those healing stations. A veritable health bar, if you will. And then we're going to bring out some intel in the hands of Echo, which is also a little bit different, right? Normally we see the Valkyrie. I'm a big fan of what defense bring to the table here.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Now, here's where it gets fun. This is the interaction. This is the combo. If the Echo is on the board, well, so who else is on the board? It's going to be Trail bringing out the Brava, and nothing I love to see more than a stolen piece of utility that can be an absolute menace. Still a yokai drone? Yeah, I'm here for it.
Keep our position.
So already pushing up into the library
that-
area.
Is that a yokai outside too?
Out.
Yeah, getting that intel, baby. Right, we see it on Clubhouse. Why don't we see it here? Send it up in the air, get some of that free intel, bring it back inside. You got 10 seconds to do so.
Moving legs.
Barrier placed. We're covered.
Outside of the Bravo pick, pretty standard picks here for the attack team. Thatcher to open it up. There's that yokai drone getting active. Yeah, I heard it hit.
Reload.
It's the contest here for the library hallway, Risky.
I thought we might see Brava trying to steal it, but no, not going to. Working on it right now.
Resource converted.
First minute and 15 off the board. They do, and now, of course, that opened up. And it's an interesting pick here, using the Thermite instead of the Ace at that long distance. Really just want to focus on not having to get themselves a vault through to get in, especially with the Echo on the board. You're vaulting, you get Echo drone, and all of a sudden, you die.
Cover me.
Still 5-all, though, as we find this last minute and 22 starting to ring out. No contest ringing before. Now, Cade going to be the first to fall as Timmy going to rip him off the board as Knight trying to get active from the piano window. Grenades, impacts, everything starting to ring out as the chaos ensues. And as we get closer in this timeline, time waits for no man. That includes this attack team, and they're getting the plant down, folks. A zombie going to be the next to die, and Timid, he's going to stick this bad boy. And just like that, it's a 5v2. All resting on the shoulders of Jazz and Talks. Jazz to fall, Talks the lone survivor, needing a bit of some heroics here to come back in this round. We talked about having 7 seconds. Well, you got an ace to do it as well. Finds one, but it's going to be taken down on the second. Timid to take Talks off the board. And geez, that's so crazy that the plant goes down with so many players still alive.
Put themselves in a position to try and get that plant down early, and potentially IGL recognizing that there was a little bit of a gap in the defense and took advantage of it, and that's exactly what they needed. We're tied up 2-2 heading into round 5, my friend.
Yep, and now F5 has done their job, right? On the standard split agenda, on a defensive-sided map, they hit the quota of 2. So anything after this is going to be icing on the cake. Might be putting Baller in a little bit of a on the back foot position here, because they have to win this map if they want a chance of seeing map number 3. If F5 Esports takes this map, it's Baller taking that proverbial bus ride home.
Yeah, that's right. And because we're in the semifinals in the single elimination bracket, that means the best they can do at that point is fight for 3rd place. They are out of this grand final.
So, need to see them continue to stay alive, at least get themselves onto the standard split before they head to the attacker side of it, because you know the F5 Esports is going to be bringing some aggression to the table on the defensive side of it. If you've ever watched the Siege Double Shot, you've seen them do that exact strat before, so gotta be careful for it. On the defensive side of it, gonna opt for some of that mobile intel as Moxie. A little bit could be a bit of a drone battle back and forth. Trail putting himself on the floors. We see floors banned out a lot, and this exact reason he's gonna be able to start getting those Kiva barriers off the board and really start to get that critical push point that is the top of blue. They didn't bring a shield and put it there, however. Opted for a Kiva barrier instead. Interesting play.
Yeah, they're using the deployable there on piano instead. Gonna focus on holding this position. Interesting. Not the normal direction, but I like what they're showing here. Jazz taking a look. Hey, that's my spot. Normally Frost playing up there on top of that piano.
Not today. Frost's going to have to get active from another direction. It's a bit of a late round barricade, which is a little bit dicey there, especially as that solarium window gets so active. And here we're going to watch the floors come in and make quick work of the Kiva barricades that are sitting around.
Oh, there it is. Gonna clear it. Kaid not in any danger of dying, but definitely gonna dip out at that point.
Yeah, really pushed out of that critical position there. Now the trade out as Knight can find Tox. Jazz gonna find Knight on the refrag, taking us into a 4-4 as the last minute and 30 gonna start to count down here. Look up the 4s on the board, and it's gonna be the shots onto the bathroom window that's gonna claim the life of Damon. Masa Yellow sitting at 5-3, having a pretty decent game to start out. Verticality being established here, but they've got the intel. They know where they're at. Having a tough time getting the actual ping down. It's going to be Jazz taking a bunch of damage, and that's going to be Jazz taken off the board as Tim is going to equalize that score line. Except for trailing down. Might be recoverable potentially, but oh Lord.
That was so close.
Recoverable. Where the heck is he at? Oh no. And now 2 go down. Baller now finding themselves in a great position, especially with 44 seconds left on the board. Gridlock going for the pickup here.
Oh, they got it. So 2-2, but a little bit of low health.
Oh,
another down.
Another. That's tough. That's huge. Oh no, not down. That was a death. He got taken off the board. And the Flores being down, he was going to die because he was unretrievable. Maciello to clean it up on the triple. Let's go. Okay, Ballers up by 1 now. As they look to end this half with that standard split. To do so, going to take it back down to the basement. Did they win the basement the last go-around?
Boy, I'm not remembering whether or not they were able to pull it off. So they definitely want to try and put themselves up on that 4-2 half, trying to hold off F5 a little bit more. They got to try and find it. Got to try and find one more because we talked about they so far, at least on the last map too, hadn't felt like they were matching F5 for gameplay, but F5 being a little bit, taking some chances. And whether or not we're going to see Baller sort of adapt to that and F5 going to settle themselves down, I think that, they were playing better overall. But Baller's been able to see them, play interesting to start this thing off.
Yeah, absolutely. And Baller doing a great job at adapting to what F5 has brought to the table, at least attack-wise. Kind of off the back of the last map where they got to see a couple of rounds of that as well. On the attack, we're going to talk about it since they're back down to the basement. A couple of operators that are going to be almost a guarantee, at least for this F5 roster. Both Fuse and Ram on the board yet again. Really opening up the site that will allow them to stop that breach denial, stop that bandit from being active, especially because they've got the Tubro backup. Tubro, if you don't know, he's got the potential for just an exceptionally long hold time. Bring it out. Those fuses are no.
What's that?
That's tough. Knight getting taken off the board on the accidental fuse. Got caught slipping from below. That bottom counts in favor of Baller. Does get equalized up as Demon able to find Masa, and that's a huge pick, right? Top frag off the board. He was so active and instrumental in that last round. That's better for this attack team as they try to get active from the top down take. A little bit of the off angle here from Bandit. I like it. It's cheeky. just might work. C4 ready to go. Prime.
That fuse coming out, and that takes out Bandit. Oh, huge pick there. We have seen fuses not played very often in comp, but if there was a place you'd play him here, attacking this basement site on Chalet, one where he's definitely got some utility.
Yeah, absolutely. Really just causing a ton of chaos here for this defense. But Tox didn't safe in his little shell area. Jazz can find the next death. Is Stealth gonna help him greet death like an old friend? Now it's a 4v2 situation. 53 seconds left. Runs in, finds the double. No, doesn't find it. Just down to the win anyways. Jeez.
Stealth with the hatch drop, and then able to kill the last defender sitting behind the metal bookshelf. Whew, boy, and we know that we've been dealing with the internet issues there, so hopefully in roughly a couple minutes we're going to see that get better. I had to do a little restart and cross our fingers that we're going to see the internet improve, our friends.
Let's go. Big W. He's a hacker. We do what we can. We're only an army of two, folks. You know, we don't get the whole production team. It's just us trying to put it on, and we appreciate you being here and sticking with us through the storm and through some of the technical issues we have. We freaking love this game of Siege, ayo.
Let's go. And the fact that you said storm, I really loved it. I don't know if that was intentional or by accident, just serendipitous, but for sure. Mother, we talk about time being the sixth man on the defense, because it's really up to the attackers to find their way into the site and put that down. But the defense have got time on their side. Well, Mother Nature is the enemy of production, and she was rearing her ugly head tonight.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, let's talk about it, Whiskey. Half over, scoreline equalized, 3-3 on the split. Now F5 going onto their defensive run. Feels like that might be a bit of a dub in their win column here. If they can continue to have that same momentum that they carried from map number 1 on this defensive side of it. Mirror going to be utilized, Jaeger to stop those projectile denials, and look, you've seen it before. If you've VOD reviewed F5, you know this is a spot that Timid has gotten some ridiculous kills in. He's hiding behind the bucket. He's able to sink, or to kind of push himself into the wall. And what he's doing, folks, is he's listening for the rappel, right? He wants that rappel sound to go up. They have VOD review.
Yeah, they got both the Claymores down, so whether or not Timid is going to make a run for it, he's going to open it up. There's one, recognizes the Claymore, but no, is going to run away, maybe distract this team. Timid going to dip out. Good call. No need to push it, right? You're up, not just in, up in the map count. You can afford, you don't need to take those risks at this point.
I love the call. He was ready, he ran out, he saw it, he noped his way right the heck on out of there. And one of the shields going to save Blackbeard's life already. And can we just say hello, welcome to the game. It's Blackbeard on the board. Nate getting a bit of the off pick here. I love it. Let's see it.
I mean, playing that big window rappel, like, that's the place, right? Such an advantage there on the rappel. At least, I know, especially when he used to have 850 damage or something for those shields. They're a bit of saran wrap right now, but if it keeps you alive one time, it's worth it.
Cox saying, Caster, check him out.
What's that?
Talk said, look at his viewpoint.
Is he stuck?
Wait, what? Where is he at?
Oh no, he appears to be stuck in the ceiling in some sort of a glitch.
Oh no. What? Oh no.
Yeah, I have not seen that before. Maybe we may need to take a pause after this to see if we can't figure out a tech issue here for Tox. Unfortunately, playing that Nomad, that is really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge, especially because he's gonna. I wonder if he can shoot from there. Nobody knows he's there yet, so he hasn't been sussed out just as of yet. Would be an amazing way to find himself from there. Now into a 3v5, however, is which is reduced to just very low HP, a 5 HP in a dream, if you will. Still trying and that's
Drop the bomb diffuser.
and now it's all going to be resting on the shoulders of said nomad. 10 seconds left.
5 seconds to go.
That's unfortunate. That's
Yeah, it really is.
Operators, you have run out of time.
Okay, folks, so sit back and relax. We're going to take a quick break, see if we need to do any sort of hosting or tech pause. When we come back, it's going to be the stunning conclusion of map number 2, AO.
Let's go.
All right, what's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. We had to do a quick tech pause there for us as we try to get the stream sorted out. Hopefully it gets a little bit better for you. We appreciate you hanging out and watching. The current score line is F5 Esports taking map number
Attackers need to
1,
locate and defuse
7-2
bomb.
finish, and currently sits ahead in the scoreline on map number 2. They are on the defense. This is on the other round or other end of the half, the back end. See what they brought out for their defensive strat for kitchen dining. You know who's been making a huge appearance on
Attackers have
kitchen
located
dining?
a bomb.
We've seen him across the board on many different teams. Maestro being part of that kitchen dining strat. Honestly, I think that's good. I like it.
Well, especially when you can get the Maestro cam in place where it can't be meleeed, right? Over top of the hatch, can't be meleeed, so the only way the attackers can deal with it is a piece of explosive utility. But when you got a couple mirror windows that you also have to deal with, a lot of that explosive utility gets used up trying to deal with the other pieces of utility. So she's got the one upstairs in a crouch defense position as well. So this is a setup that's pretty good here from the defense. And the attackers, they did bring out Ash to try to deal with it, but they also are trying out the Fuse as the option here.
Yeah, here's the problem, right? Ash also didn't bring the soft breach charges. Ooh, that's going to be a huge point to take it off the board. That's the Maestro gone. So any of that util now, he can only be relegated to using the intelligence, not the actual lethality part or utility destroy part. But I was going to say she only has the two Ash charges, so you got to make a choice. Is it Miras? Is it Castles? Or is it Maestro Cams? And you got to hope you do it in a place that they don't have a Jaeger ADS setup because it's going to eat that charge.
Yeah, that's right. Gonna maybe potentially use the fuse to try and clear out some of those ADSs. I mean, certainly can overflood them for sure, and can continue to bring some death here from the attacking side. But right now, oh, what a shot from Jazz, peeking that fluke balk door, playing outside on the Ash.
Yeah, huge shot. That's going to take Knight off the board. Does get equalized. This team is going to find the dome piece of Masa Yellow. That's the Ayana off the board. And a little bit of tracking going on. So Nail has still got to deal with that mirror that's up top. It's going to be the rotate outside. But you got some castle barricades to deal with, my friend.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Well, when you see the Dokkaebi banned out from the roam game clear, having the Jackal on the board, not typically picked in competitive play, but feels like we've seen his pick rate increase a little bit too, as the attacking teams are looking for alternatives to the constant Dokkaebi ban.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's huge. Oh my gosh, Jazz on the trail, always himself into trail. Oh, a 1v1 scenario, the long distance shots. They know where both of each other's at, and look at this long distance hold. Trail gonna close it out, and he says the good night, throws a question mark up in the chat. Yowza.
The Vector, you know, that gun to me seems almost a little bit too OP. Great shot there from her. I know I said it out loud. It feels dangerous to say it out loud, though, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, be careful. I just want to point out that Whiskey Run's views do not reflect the viewpoints of Siege Double Shot or any of its affiliates.
Well, how many people were saying that which gun really is OP is the G36, right? Was that something that everybody was saying?
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
yeah,
by
well,
attackers.
I mean,
It is.
yeah. That's fair, whatever.
Okay, so we're seeing this defensive lineup, the smoke and the mute, and a smoke bringing out that FMG9.
Yes, do you know why he's doing it? It's something we've talked about on the Siege Double Shot before as a potential new operator pick. Since he lost his defensive shield, one of the things that we saw could be utilized is the roaming smoke, right? And why is that important? Because when we're trying to stall people out, right? You've got the mirror. We're building up this layered defense. When you're trying to stall them out, smoke is perfect for that. You can use his rooms or his smokes to hold a room while he gets out there and into a better position to do so. I'm excited to see what Stealth brings to the board with this roaming smoke.
Is he gonna spawn peek here on the main door? Yes, but no. Goes and quickly rotates himself out. Gonna see whether or not they get this main wall open. Gonna be a focus here for the attacking team, as typical on any attack here on the basement defense.
Yeah, but see, not really concerned with it, right? Because as we talked about, we've got this layered defense in effect. First, you've got to deal with the nuke and get the wall open. Then you got to deal with the Mira and the ADSs that are helping support that Mira. Then, once you've done all that and you've got your smokes out, you still have to deal with the area denial and the seeing capabilities of Warden. Oh my gosh, taken off the board. Unfortunate shot is that they swing in, but does get traded out. Is Tim going to find a dome piece of Masiello? Talks to find Knight with the L85. Now puts us into a 4v3 as body balance is tipped in favor of the attackers here. He said this gun sucks.
The FMG9 tried roaming. If he had gone, speaking of roaming, the run out there from Demon running that SMG11. Gonna grab one. It's still 3-2. And, oh, did Ash miss and not hit the window?
I think she did. Does get smoked out though, as it allow them to push in a little bit farther. They're gonna have that combat coming from that potential stock area. Second smoke. Got that. And yet again, they're still holding above though. Ash gonna try to claim some of that vertical real estate, but Trail here to deny it. Oh, Mute goes down now into a 3v1 as the plan is starting to go down. It's all resting on the shoulders of Trail. He's gonna try for the shotgun. It's too far away.
Oh, was she out of bullets for the Vector? What was running the
Was that a trade?
a trade at the very end? Potentially, yeah. Okay. Baller bringing it back, right? They're trying to fight for this. Again, we've I know it shows potentially that that Cafe was the third map, but actually that was a misclick. I know Patch called that out in the chat, but if you didn't catch that, the third map is Clubhouse. So we're going to see Clubhouse here. If we can find Baller, win this map. This is their last opportunity here to make it into the finals for the Outlast Arena League.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Wow, what a game! And I love the Jackal pick here. I know we touched on it a little bit earlier, but in this like flank game, right, where Chalet can have some incredible flank opportunities, he's really great, not just at sussing out exactly where the location is by pinging it with his gadget, but he flips his gadget on and it's like into the room. You can move on. Unless you got there incredibly early to have sussed out on the drone. Anyways.
Attackers are moving to the bomb.
So 5v4 as Baller took that last round. Getting them a little bit closer in the score line. One away from a match point scenario for F5 and brought a couple of fun ops for this Bar Gaming Colt. Near a stable, right? You see one put in closet. You see one put onto that top mezzanine area. A zombie to really try to hold and lock down this. Look at that, 3 Kiva barricades, all designed to stay here in some relative comfort. Timid on the dock pick, Whiskey. Why is that important? Why is that fun? Ooh, man, it's that library corner hold.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to see, was he actually playing in that corner? Sees the jump in there, continuing to check those cams. Playing, yeah, he's playing in that corner. Trying to help out the Azami here, playing top mez.
Yeah, it's going to take stealth off the board as he finds his dome piece. Now
It's 2 in a row.
Yeah, body bounce tipped in favor of Ballers here as they're trying to equalize up this score line. It's a good way to start it out if you take an 11 and 7 stealth off the board. So, man, we didn't touch on that KD, but 11 and 7, he's having a hell of a game.
Add in 4 assists as well right now. Nate cleaning up. We talked about it. Not only he's got the ability to walk in and roam clear, but his main counter, Solus, banned out, so really increases his utility as well. Being able to keep that gadget on and use it more continuously. That's a risk when Solus is on the board.
Yep, now find ourselves into a 2v2 situation. Minute 19 left on the clock. Still plenty of time for this attack team to kind of suss out where the defenders are. Got the locale on one. Oh, caught on the drone. Caught, slack input, sleep, and triple kill for Nate now as we find ourselves into a 1v1. But the diffuser is cold with me.
That's right.
This engagement, and Demon gonna say, no, I don't think so. Shots to the back to end that one.
I mean, it was rule number 1. You run, you die. Demon obviously hears that as he's running around the map. But he needed to clear a lot of space quickly, so sometimes it is inevitable and unavoidable here in Siege. But we are finding ourselves on match point. Match point for the map, match point for the series, match point for the semifinal.
Yeah, F5 1 round away from guaranteeing them a finals spot, a chance to win it all. Let's go.
Oh boy, the tension here. This is it. Baller making it this far. We talked about them having a forfeit win in their last here to make it to the semifinals. They put up a good fight during the season, but we want to see more of these guys. We want to see what else they can do, take it to Clubhouse and show that they belong here. But certainly F5, one of the top teams in both divisions here in the Arena League all season long. The top ranked team in the Arena League in both divisions, and looking to really seal this up, put it away, send themselves here to the grand final. They want to get it over with and fight for their spot in the Outlast Contenders Series, the next level up on their way to the Outlast Classic, fighting their way against some of those T3, T2 teams.
special highlight here. Timid on the off pick, pulling out the Cav. It's something we talked about as being potentially going to be starting to be part of that new meta, right? When you're going to find those alternative entries in. Big fan. I wonder if we're going to see that interrogation.
Did they?
They sussed her out. Yeah, they had.
Yeah. Just run all the way upstairs to 2F, hiding out after being sussed out very quickly there by this defending team. So thinking maybe she was going to get a bit of a drop, but no miss drone there. This attacking team doing everything they can to stay in this, push it to map 3.
A little bit of damage done to Nate there, but they're going to find the first kill. His trail going to get taken off the board. The Mira, Gonzo, Garbanzo. Body bounce tipped in favor of Baller here. Is a little bit of a low health on a couple of exchanges there, both Jazz and Nate. Taking some damage. Oh.
That was unfortunate. What happened?
Well, that's the problem is when you're coming up as Cav, and you can either get the punch, I believe, and that's if they're far away, but because there's already some damage done to Jazz, I believe that ended up in the kill.
Oh, that was the interrogation we were going to see. That's unfortunate there. Well, I mean, not unfortunate really. It was unfortunate if you wanted to see an interrogation in competitive play, but great job there from Timid with the that flank. They're gonna need it here. 4v3, 2v4.
Getting closer to getting this equalized up, and just like that, 2 go down and taking us into a potential 2v2 here, into a 3v1. It's all now resting on the shoulders of Cav. Ooh, this is dangerous. Do have one down, a potential to get picked up.
That's right. They are going to be able to get that recovery. She's not in any position to be able to put any pressure on these defenders. Gonna switch away and hope. That's right. Gets one and hides. All those pings coming out now. She gonna be able to get another 2? What? How did they let her cross the room?
Oh my god. In a really tough position here. Has got the shotty out. Has to find it, but they're gonna find that kill, putting them one away from equalizing that scoreline. What fun off that was, and it put us into a really crazy Cav shotgun showdown. And just like that, Ballers 1 away from tying us up and sending us them to some OT, baby.
Wow, that was the round that Baller need. I'm gonna pull up the scoreboard there. This back and forth here in this last 4 rounds have really made it interesting. We thought F5, when they put together those 3 in a row, that was going to be it. They were really on a roll, but Baller has come alive here as they feel this end to the match getting close, the end to their run in the Outlast Arena League.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So kitchen dining set up. We're going to go back to the offside. There's going to be a little bit of second verse, same as
First floor picks. I know when we were casting in Europe, definitely continued to see the first floor be not the favored sites, but in the meta here in the T4 Siege, I mean this has absolutely been what we see consistently in NA.
Yep, agreed. So on the pick for the attack team, here's what we're seeing the adaptation here by the attack, bringing out the floors to help support the attack, taking out all those gadgets, right? We talked about the Mira, we talked about the Maestro, and we talked about the castle as well. So all of these operators bring you what you have.
Bomb located by attackers.
Picking up the floors.
I feel like it routinely banned out in this in Chalet and in Oregon, and gonna use him to try and clear out some of these castle barriers up on the windows here on the first floor, starting to put some pressure on.
Yep, absolutely. And take a look here. That's what this first minute is kind of used for, right? Suss out where the heck these defenders are, where the heck the is. You start getting your attackers into place for that ultimate collapse that execute towards objective. I'm going to try to get that wall opened up here with the ace. Normally what we see here is the Osa and the Thermite, but I like the switch up. Right, a little break from Impact Trick gonna stop that.
Oh, they were able to clear the second off. Did the attackers shoot it?
I think they were able to clear it off from that top mez area. We have some defender up there. Oh, no.
Yep.
Shot on the Nitro, not going to come up. This is find his first death. As we find the body bounce tipped in favor of F5 here. Last minute and 18. That's all that stands in the way of this defense and sending themselves to the grand finals, Whiskey.
Baller has got to come alive here. This is it. They've got one round left, one opportunity to push it to OT. Is this going to be the one where they finally get it? They're going to push it? I don't know. F5 here has been definitely formidable when we played on border first. Chalet been very good as well. Really want to see Club, though. I want to see how they do on another conventional map. And Knight taking down YOLO. That's a tough pick here for this team.
Yeah, and with that, no Roteros on the drone, no breach charges, which means all of that util going to be up and standing. It's a 2v4 now as Trail does get taken off the board. Nate trying to find it from the long angle. Can't get in through sight. Going to have to walk in through that door. Unfortunate. They are split up. It's going to be Ash to find the contest on the bathroom. Sees his head. Going to miss the shot. But you run, you die. Jazz to take stealth off the board. Knight to find a Knight.
No
and now
way.
We're into a 2v2. Now this is winnable for the attack team here. 7 seconds left though. Dropping the hatch. Got to get that plant down. Now into a 1v2. As it's a 1v1. It's all on the shoulders. And it's going to be the defenders taking it. F5 moving on to the finals. Holy cow.
Oh, 7-5. It came down to time to finish it. Not having the diffuser in hand. Wow, what a run here for the F5 team. Stealth finishing off MVP 12-9-6. What a game for sure, my friend.
Yeah, no kidding. Beautiful, fun, exciting. It's everything that you'd hope to have inside of the playoffs, inside of the semis, and now we're just one match away from finding out who's going to be joining F5 in the clash for supremacy, the ultimate face check for the final dub. I'm excited. I can't wait. I hope we're going to be a part of that.
I hope we are going to be a part of it as well. And this was an amazing game there, and the fact that I want to say really appreciate everybody sticking with us through what was a very tough night from an internet perspective. Mother Nature just not on our side, but F5 having a great game, a great series. Their divisional standings were incredible there, fighting for the top and making it to the grand final. Put up a great season so far, so they're going to be in the promotion match no matter what up to that Outlast Contender League. So got a first. They got this grand final to get themselves through.
Yep, absolutely. Well, folks, it was a blast, and can't believe it's over already. Man, I wanted to see that map 3 so freaking bad. But it was a valiant attempt by Baller, but F5 gonna walk away with that one.
That's right, my friend.
Okay, well, if you like us, if you love us, why don't you add us? You could also hate us and add us. That is also fine. But we just want to talk about it. We love Siege. You can find us on Twitter. I'm at glitter_whiskey. He's at racingengr. And we love talking Siege. Send us your hot takes, your cold takes, your clips, whatever. We're just down to chat about it. Certainly enjoyed having everybody here. Want to say a big shout out and thank you to the host of the match. Shout out to both of the teams who put up valiant attempts and a big BGs to F5 as they move on, sending Baller on the proverbial bus ride home.
That's right. They got their semi-final win now for F5, and again, thanks for the raids. We had a couple of them tonight. Appreciate everybody joining us. There's a lot of Siege you could be watching. Glad you were here with us and supporting the players playing these leagues, getting the opportunity to be cast, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Yes, absolutely. Anything big coming up for the Whiskey Boys, Mr. Run?
We had the Skyline Gaming community has started off the weekly series again, switched to bi-monthly. So those first games happening tonight. We're going to be seeing the quarterfinals tomorrow on that channel, and then the Siege Double Shot ourselves. We'll be casting the semis and the grand finals on Wednesday and Thursday. And then there's a lot of big stuff happening in the scene of the 3Z League. Going to be seeing the league playing out over the weekend, and setting ourselves up for some great ones. Plus, we're going to be doing the grand final for the CCL League on Saturday morning in Europe, so getting a chance to be a part of that league as well. Glad that they asked us to be able to help them cast that one. So a lot of stuff here. Every couple days we've got some stuff going on. So Wednesday and Thursday for us back on the Skyline, but a lot of leagues to keep track of and be a part of.
Yep, and Sunday as well. I will be doing some guest analyst work for the ESA and their grand finals. So you look for me over on the ESA channel. It's their big shindig. It's the big hoorah. It's the face check for all the glory. And yours truly gets to talk about what did and did not work. A little bit of Antis bottom from Whiskey Glitter. So that's going to be fun too. And of course, we'll keep that all in the Discord. You can hang out, chill with us there. Everybody's free to join. We do a lot of Siege specific. You can find Copper to Champ, a couple of competitive teams that are run out of there, and some more big stuff coming out of that Discord as well. So some community game nights and all that. So anyways, folks, that's it. The Siege is over. We did it. We made it through it, and we did it with you guys. Special shout out and thank you to you for hanging out with us. But we've come to that dreaded part of the evening where we must bid you adieu. So as the lights start to dim and the jukebox starts in closing time, as always, my friends, you don't have to go home.
But you can't stay here.
Heyo.
Let's go.